shouldn't play over you. Sorry.
Hello, everybody. It's not an April Fool's. We are here. I know some of you thought we were starting an hour before, but nope, we're here. We're back, and Stefan's back. Hello, Stefan.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Tim.
Hello,
Hello,
good morning.
Tim.
Hi,
How are you
everyone.
doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling really great this morning, actually, Sarah.
You're looking great too, particularly handsome, if I may say so.
I think it's the hair. I did it as a bit especially this morning.
How can you do the hair? Everyone else is dying for a haircut over here. It's just like
Like me.
impossible.
Look at that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, no,
We can
oh.
get the live horn haircuts happening next week,
That's right,
perhaps. Yeah.
live horn haircut. And in 2 more weeks, everyone's going to know everybody's real hair color. That's what I'm worried about. Oh, Stefan, did you shave? No.
No, I did not. Opposite.
You're not
Trying to
taking
grow
this.
a beard. Next project.
Yeah, right. You started that last week and then you gave up. Hi,
I
everybody
gave
who's
up, but now I
watching.
started again, so it's itchy.
We're back. We're back live on the website. We're back live on Facebook. For all of you watching on Facebook, let us know where you're watching from. And if you have some particularly juicy questions for Stefan or myself, come over to the website, which Tim is going to post the link to right now. Right, handsome Tim? Yeah.
I'm
and
down to,
And so I can see them here on the laptop, and the juicier the better. We're not going to do a very long hangout today because actually, to be honest, I'm very tired. I spend a lot
it's
of the
the time.
day. It is, yeah, it's quite late. It's 10 o'clock at night here and way past my bedtime. Stefan, past yours? I'm having gute Nacht tea.
It's a bit like just dinner finished, and I would have loved to have a glass of wine, but I did not.
You did. You didn't? Oh.
Tiny bit. Yeah, homemade pasta.
Okay, somebody says they have a blank screen. Okay, I'm sure they don't. Tim, refresh if you haven't done that. And somebody has noticed my flowers. Stefan, I have
I
an
love
April
the
Fool.
flowers. I could do a lot of things with them. Bit of
What would
garlic,
you do?
onion.
What would you do with these? The garlic I left in the kitchen. What would you do?
Actually, because they look so fresh, I would do a banya chowder so that you can dip your fresh vegetables in that.
A what?
Banya chowder.
Do you know what that is, Tim? I have no idea what that is. Oh,
It's like a
okay.
No idea.
paste of garlic and anchovies, olive oil, and you like.
Well, good. Well, nobody sent me any flowers for April Fool's Day, and I didn't have any more. So, yeah, that's what we've got today. And it smells like soup in my living room right now.
Are you actually hiding red wine in your teacup and put a tea
No, no,
thing in there so it doesn't look like?
sort
That's
of.
just an excuse. You just put a like little string on.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. I might try that for Julie's birthday party on Friday. Hope you're all going to join us Friday for a surprise birthday party for Julie Lansman. Shh, don't tell anyone. Big party.
Hello,
Um,
Julie.
Hi, Julie. Who's watching? Where are you watching from? There was a lot of discussion in the chat before we started that I had the wrong flag. They said, why do I have a German flag? Tim, can you explain why I have a German flag?
No, no, I don't think I
Oh,
can.
right.
It's.
Okay.
I think it's because of where you are in the world. So if you're watching and you're in the chat, and you have to be watching, otherwise you can't hear what we're saying. When you type in on the chat, you should have the flag of where you actually are, maybe not where you came from.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I come from England, but I'm in Germany and my URL is German. So there we go. Right?
Exactly.
Or you could
I
like
did the
do
German one.
like, sailing boats. You have to have your national flag where you come from, but then you have like a guest flag where you are. So you can
Okay,
put both.
Devon, can you fix that, please? Wonderful Devon in Canada, who's our master of the chat. Thank you very much. Stefan, by the way, do you remember what we did for April Fools 2 years ago?
Oh, that
Remember?
was the right hand horns.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I remember.
That's
Oh yeah,
right. I bet you've
we even
seen that.
printed. Yeah, we even printed the signs on the
We
reverses
did.
so that
Re-
people really got confused. Oh, that
We
was
did.
terrible.
But we looked really weird, didn't we? They flipped the video and we were like,
Yeah.
that was. If Devon, do you have the link for that? Put it in the chat, and then people can see what we're on about. So, what should we talk about today?
But me, I thought tonight I'm just answering questions. We
You
won't
are.
talk. We always talking too much anyway. So
We do. We do. All right. I've got some good ones. Izzy says, can anyone help me? Well, you're in a good place. My upper cheeks hurt when I try and play high notes, and I can't play nearly as high as I could a couple of weeks ago. Well, I think Stefan and I would both probably say the same thing, which is,
Break. Do
yeah,
it. Don't
sounds
overdo it. Yeah.
it,
It
it
is. It
sounds
sounds a bit like you have been overdone it at some point. The
yeah,
problem then is, of course, then if you go on and practicing on like a really stiff muscle, that is not going to help.
yeah.
One of the solutions was the magnesium thing. I think that always helps a bit, like to rest a bit.
Ibuprofen, aspirin.
I'm not a big fan of taking too much medicine. I think if you go for a jog, your lips also will be like a bit loosening up. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, do something else sportive
yeah,
that might shake your head around a bit.
yeah. Yeah, there's a good one here. Heather Miller, even though you wrote your question on Facebook, and I don't usually see the Facebook questions, I see the website questions, but I just caught yours. Do you all put anything on your lips to avoid chapped lips? I do. What about you, Stefan? You don't really, do you?
Nothing. Never.
Yeah. I use a very
No, that's a lot
pure
of
thing.
people. Yeah. You do. What do you put on?
It's a special little cream from Germans do very good natural stuff, and it's from the,
Yeah.
the local chemist, and it's just really pure. I think it's probably just sort of Vaseline or something like that. Um,
Yeah. When I go to the dentist, because at the dentist they have this
yeah,
that really dries out the lip a lot. But my
yeah.
dentist has cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter. Yeah,
And that actually is the only thing I really sort of like, oh, that is really helping because it's coating.
yeah,
But
yeah,
after you don't use it, it doesn't dry out. Because for me, the problem is always if I take something on the lips, put something
yeah,
on the lips, then I sort of like get very quickly, or my skin does get addicted so fast. So
yeah.
I prefer to put the mouthpiece after it's solved.
It also stops the vibration. I think anything you have on, if I put some cream on my lips, it's either at night or when I'm going out into the cold. I remember playing in Montreal at the wonderful Horn event there. Louis Philippe, if you're watching, Marie Michel, if you're watching, hello. And it was like minus 20 degrees or something, and I thought I'm only there for a few days, it'll be fine. And they both said to me, make sure you put Vaseline on your lips the minute you go outside. And I was like, I don't need to do that. I tell you, after 2 days, I could do this. It was so
All the
cold that
skin,
your lip,
yeah,
oh, it just, whoa. So,
yeah. I always
yeah,
cover.
yeah.
It's same
You just
same
cover
with
with,
long flights. On long
yeah,
flights, and that was before Corona. I take a face mask.
yeah,
You know,
that's right.
we
There's a nice one
got
of us
lots.
wearing face masks in the Horn Room. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and show.
Oh
You
yeah,
remember
you
the
have
other
to get
one?
that. Hmm.
That's, I'll take a picture of that one. A lot of people joining in from all over the world, Southern California. Valerie and Kenny just joined. Hi, Valerie. I can see lots of people in here. Oh, somebody said, Carl Williams, can you still buzz with that stuff on your lips? That's the thing. Don't put it on before you play. And girls, no lipstick and horn playing. It does not go well together. Stefan, you remember that.
I remember that now. Sorry, I forgot about it.
After we play a Bruckner symphony, we all look like we're wearing lipstick. Right. We're back on the practice mutes thing, which I think is a legitimate question. We talked about it last week in the Hangouts. I don't know if you've seen them all. We've archived all the Hangouts. There's so much fantastic information in there. But I think we can go back into practice mutes because you can probably see I've got one in here. Dan from
Just
Iowa
searching
said,
my one. That's my one. Oh,
probably there's the one you threw
somewhere.
down and it came in. Yeah,
Oh, it's
somewhere.
here. Oh no, that's not.
What was that? What was that?
House shoe.
I thought it was Lucky's bone or something. So now I've lost my question. Oh yeah. Dan from Iowa says, is it possible to overuse practice mutes and affect the chops in an adverse way? I think so. What do you think?
I actually don't practice more than 15 to 20 minutes on a practice mute in a row. I either change to normal playing then for the same time or stop playing or both. Say hand stop is different because you know what you do.
Yeah.
And with the practice mute, yes, I don't trust them too much.
No. No, you have to use them if you have to use them. You know, we're horn players, we're not, recorder players, and we need to play at home occasionally. I mean, I didn't get to play at all today, so before we came on, it was 9 o'clock, and I was doodling away with my practice mute because you got to play something. So I really wasn't. Don't ask me what was on my music stand today, because the answer is nothing. What was on yours, Stefan?
Actually, I practice a bit of like, I try to refresh memories in playing through all Mozart power concertos without the music. So there's not a lot of my music stand today. So, but that's always good to play a bit of Mozart. It's fine. It's nice. You know that you don't put your lip into bad positions, and your neighbors like it.
Yes, that's very true. Is it better, Andre asks, is it better to practice sitting or standing?
I think a combination. I have actually ever shown
You
that.
have a great, yeah, show us again. Can you show us?
Sure.
Stefan has a magic chair. If you get this chair, you can play like Stefan Dohr.
Yeah, absolutely. And I get 15%. It's like you sort of like sit on your knees, and you can rock. Yay.
Yay.
So fine. Yeah, something. So it doesn't really get too bad for your back. So you have to be quite upright. So that's nice.
Yeah, I'm lazy and practice a lot in sitting, but actually standing up, you just blow better. It feels better. The body's more relaxed standing up, I find. So absolutely, I would say a mixture of the both.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, mostly like if you practice technical bits or whatever, I do sit on this chair. But then I think, okay, there's a one and only chance to play a concerto through, so I just stand up for the 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever.
It was interesting. Radovan said last night on the Hangout, they were wonderful. Radovan and Dinka, they were really great. If you missed it live, do watch it on the archive, because it was very special. Radovan said the same as you, Stefan. I remember you telling me, I was a bit nervous before a concert. You said, get up. Move around. Don't sit down. I was trying to do my meditation and my breathing. You're like, get up, girl. And I've done that ever since, moved a little bit before going on stage. And Radovan said exactly the same thing, because he gets cold hands.
Yeah, sort of like if you then try to meditate and sit down and relax, but then you come into the situation and you have to play solo or solo concert, or then your heart rate goes up without any like preparation. And then it's like,
yeah.
Nope, not too easy.
That was a very good one. So, I mean, and then standing up when you play and also moving around a bit before a concert, that's very important. Blaguja, oh, how's Africa? My best friend, the budgie, the blue budgie, hi to Macedonia, asks, and now his question's disappeared again. Oh, do we practice with some accessories for breathing before warming up in the morning? I don't anymore. Do you, Stefan? No, but I think people can go a little crazy with these.
Oh, we should get Luca one time to hear.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I was in contact, so he's fine in Italy, but I think we should like get him one time. He actually recommended, because I told him, it would be nice to have you on the Horn Hangout too. And he said, he has very good ideas about cooking and what wine to pair with which. I think sometimes we
talking
have
about
to
breathing.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about breathing though. I know there's all sorts of breathing bags and things, and it's quite interesting when you're struggling a little bit with breathing. We're going to do, we're going to talk to Gail about that tomorrow in depth, because to be honest, I've never found anyone that could explain breathing as well as Gail. She's so tiny, and she's had to really think about it, and she's got this amazing power. So that's something maybe we'll go on to. But breathing bags and breathing, you can do those exercises actually on your own. The Chicago Symphony do this, that one, to fill up. Really, if you try this with your finger and you put it against your lips, but you suck against the finger, so you go. Like that, and the air should go, and you can really feel your body working.
A lot of people who have like embouchure problems then focus so much on the embouchure that they totally forget about the breathing, and then the problems get even bigger, because it's sort of like, I do this and do this and this, and if you don't like use the air, what's like 80% of the power you have comes from the air. then it's going to be really difficult to get out of these problems.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Stefan, here's one for you. Jeff from Chicago. What were some pieces that have made Stefan nervous before? Good question. I'd like to know the answer to that.
A lot. Actually, every piece, but no, I don't know. There is some piece I did not like.
Like?
Like these things going down. That was more a problem for me than going up. I say like Bruckner 3. I did not really. I've never really liked that piece. But no, what else? Bruckner 4. I was, nervous.
Well, you played Bruckner
still
4
a bit
without
nervous.
a tongue.
When I had to play Bruckner 4 without the tongue, that was frightening in a way. But I really prepared for that. What else? Sometimes there are some pieces that sort of like, you haven't figured out how to really get there. So, Daphnis and Chloe, the whole thing is still quite challenging.
Yeah. Do you remember when we showed up to work thinking we had a whole week of a Haydn symphony in B flat basso? No, it was in A or something ridiculous. No, B flat basso. And Simon said, "Oh no, it's B flat alto." Do you remember it? Oh, did it ruin our week? Oh, I think.
Oh yeah, no, it was in A flat alto and went up to flat or something like something ridiculous high, and it was like, oh no. Yeah. But actually, it didn't make us so much nervous, but you felt a bit unprepared. And being unprepared always makes you feel a bit like, I should have done, a bit more exercising for that before. So it is a bit, sometimes it was really a combination of, I did not really prepare enough, practice enough, prepare enough mentally.
That for me is one of the hugest stress factors, is when I felt, whatever life comes, and sometimes you have stuff, so you have to deal with it. I really always try to be prepared, but when you're not, even if you can sort of hide it, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth the stress, because especially not in the Berlin Phil and live on the digital console, if you feel you're not prepared. And I remember that week, I'd sort of done a normal practice week, and if I'd known it was going to be an A flat alto, I would have gone into upper body training. Yeah, sort of. And that was quite stressful. Woo, that was stressful. Any suggestions for flutter tonguing? Asks David.
I'm very bad at flutter tonguing with my flutter tongue, with the tongue.
Stefan's very bad at flutter tonguing. But actually, you fake it. You fake it. Don't you?
I do. So it's in the throat. So.
But I go like that.
With the tongue.
Yeah.
So when you...
No screenshots.
Can't do it. Don't have enough space in my mouth for my tongue doing that. So I do.
What are you doing? What are you doing there? You're doing it in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Like, that's awful.
Yeah,
and I go, I've got the tongue on the soft palate here, and I go. I don't know if you can see that. Probably look gross. I think actually I did flutter tonguing when I was in the MRI machine. I think you can see a video.
I think we had to,
yeah. I think we had to.
Yeah.
These are good questions. I like all these little short, just throw them at us, some really, okay, Sarah, what makes you nervous? I was hoping that question was going to come. Being unprepared makes me nervous. Sometimes one long note alone can ruin my week. And I don't like things like in the Berlioz Symphonie Fantastique, in the slow movement, second horn has to play this.
What?
Thank you, Stefan. After sitting around for about 10 minutes, listening to a whole lot of thunder going on, and cor anglais losing its way. And it's not, if you play a G on your own, it's not hard. But sitting around, your horn's cold, it's very quiet.
Yeah. And sometimes it's the notes that usually seem to be the easiest ones because you don't use a lot of like tension here. And then when you're sort of like, there's a tension there and you get nervous, then you can't really control them. And so like, it's better to have that control all the time, like a security net. Yeah. And then, you can like position it a bit differently. It will be fine as long as you hold it. But if it's like on a loose embouchure, then it can get really shaky.
I've learned a lot from Stefan over the years, that Stefan actually, if I may say so, this is the way I've watched it.
We've learned from
but you have a technical solution for so many things, the things that you've worked out exactly what you have to do, and that is a great help against nerves, because instead of, we've all got these two voices, the one that says first valve B flat press stop start, and the other voice is going, oh my God, I can't believe it, blah, 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 and if you can still this voice with some sort of technical information, like, okay, do this, it really helps. I've learned that from you a lot, Stefan, because you always seem to have
and then you have something to focus on, and if your focus goes on there and you like, you relax because you have a solution, you found a solution in a way.
Yeah. What do you guys think of, have you tried American style mouthpieces, asked Atanas.
The biggest problem, I think I don't know what you're playing on, Sarah. Are you
I'm playing on a tilt, a McWilliam, and we had the mouthpiece question the other day. And I didn't want to show the inside of my mouthpiece, except I've cleaned it now.
The black one?
Yeah. I need a
black one.
My one
always turned black. I don't know why, but there's something that's in my spit. Maybe it's the red wine. I don't know. Tea. Love tea.
Garlic.
Your tea. No, the thing is, it is depending a bit on the shape also of the horn. So I think these mouthpieces that have like a big opening
funnel.
at the end.
We call it funnel, a funnel shape. Yeah.
Yeah, like a funnel shape. Yeah. And we play a bit with a more like, is it cup or what do you say? Cup.
Cup shape. Yeah. Sort of.
Cup shape.
Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit like a bit of this, not of course like full cup, but a bit of cup, because the resistance, the 103 is a quite small horn, so it doesn't really, it doesn't need to be blown a lot of air, because it will have a certain overkill on the instrument. You can't make it ring well. So I think the American mouthpieces work better on a larger.
We've heard players play Alexander horns with American mouthpieces, and I mean, although some people can do it, I don't think it's ideal. I think they have to work a lot harder to get that rounded sound on a funnel shape mouthpiece. That's just my opinion. Hania asked, do you have any tips for choosing a perfect mouthpiece? Radovan just said, choose one and get on with it.
Choose one. If you want to change mouthpiece, don't do immediately big changes. Try to, I can maybe try a bigger diameter or bigger bore, but don't go from extreme to extreme. That really usually doesn't help you, because we are used to it. So you are used to it. But if you change little things, and I've always changed little things in playing, because also I think you change, your teeth change with age, your position in the mouthpiece, your lips change, your body changes. Yeah. These days more to like
gravity is the enemy.
Lot of kilos in cooking and not a lot of sport.
Now, well, you've been going out with
minutes on a rower.
Oh, well done. That's more than I did today. Anyway, today was a crazy day. Stefan, Kim Snow has asked, where can you get a magic chair like that? She has chronic back pain from an accident, and long practice sessions are very painful. Where can we find your?
Okay. I'll make a little research, because I think Stocke, it was a Swedish, I think, Stokke. They had these
Devin,
chairs.
one for you. Stokke. Can you find Stefan's?
Yeah, but they got Stocker kneel chair or rocking chair, but I think they are now produced by a different company, and they're very nicely made, and you can choose between all colors on the thing, on the seating pad, and they are nice. Yeah. And actually, I had one of these, my discs already gone, so
I remember. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was no fun. Nope.
That was. You remember me sitting? Oh, I was in the concert. I was Stefan. What were you playing? Was it Shostakovich 5? No, or 10 or something?
Oh no, that was later. That was later.
And
That
I
was
was.
like years later. I had this, and then I bent down to pick up my mute,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get
This
up
was
again.
this was in the first half, and I was free that night, and I was in the hall watching the concert, and I saw Stefan do this, and I saw him stay like that, and I was like, uh-oh. And I came backstage in the interval, and Stefan said, "Can you go and get changed, please?" Every second horn's nightmare. He said, "Can you please sit next to me?" I said, "Well, what do you want me to play?" He said, "Just give me my mute," because it was like something with a lot of mute, and I had to
Give me
pick
my
the
mute. Play some loud ones, because
Yeah.
if you have really back pain, loud playing is also like
Oh,
and
it's really bomb.
and you don't know how long you can actually stay and sit there.
Yeah, yeah. Benjamin Law says, "Can Stefan keep growing his beard out? It's starting to look pretty cool. Maybe even cooler in the digital concert hall." Aha. Oh, and by the way, the digital concert hall is now free for a second month running. So,
Oh,
and on Saturday, there's something very exciting happening. I spent actually today in the Philharmonie filming for it. The digital concert will have a very special event going on, and we're not going to tell you what it is. And all the filming was done very, very correctly, social distancing. It was really weird because we have the remote cameras, Stefan. So I was like literally alone on the stage. It was.
I didn't know there was something going on.
Yeah, there's something going on. There's you will be hearing about it, and they need you for it as well. So Albrecht was there today. Albrecht, yeah, you'll see. It's a nice
I just
Albrecht.
just
Albrecht, right. So what else do we have? Do you think you can get too small on a mouthpiece internal diameter while trying to help the high range? Asks Bruce.
You can. Sorry, what?
Do you think
can go
do you
to a
think you can
smaller
go
to a smaller
too
diameter?
small? Yeah. Is there such a thing as too small when you're trying to play in the high range? I think so.
Yeah, yes. I mean, if you have something really high, I do change my mouthpiece, but it's not the diameter. It's more the cup shape is a bit closer.
Yeah.
So I do have that for my triple horn that I hardly ever use, but do it for the Schumann Concertstück. So, but I take a bit higher because also the instrument's heavier, so I need to be
Yeah. That's
prepared for that.
Oh, the stream is stopping and starting. Somehow today it's a little bit the internet's a bit weird here. In my I don't know, I think the whole world's on the internet tonight. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I've had a little bit of
10 o'clock in the evening, everybody's watching Netflix. So
Yeah. In our opinion, how Bezuga Salvador, sorry if I said your name wrong. In your opinion, what is a perfect embouchure? Well, Stefan Dohr's. Your turn, Stefan.
Willis.
No, for me, a perfect embouchure is one that's centered. Well, it doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but it's a little bit on the top lip in the white and not too far down on the lower lip. That's my ideal, but everybody's different. What about you?
Yeah, it's very difficult to say because there's a lot of like factors of teeth and physiognomy. Yeah, some people play with more lower lip, but I also, I tend to have like 1/3 lower lip, 2/3 upper lip.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, here's one: lacquered or unlacquered French horns? Asks Andre Petreski.
You have lacquered now.
I have lacquered now.
Yeah.
I always have
some
lacquered.
colleagues-
I'm allergic. I'm allergic to the unlacquered, so I don't want
for
that
me
on.
it's different. My horn is allergic to my sweat.
Yeah.
So if I have an unlacquered horn, I would need a new one every 3 years because I do have this aggressive sweat.
How do we feel about an Einsetzen embouchure? Asked Kristen. What that's an inlaid on your bottom lip.
Yeah, like there's some people that can play with it fantastically. I mean, like Hermann Baumann did have this little Einsetzen there.
Fergus?
Fergus has a very big lip.
Ethan and Greg both in LA. They both play like this and play fantastic.
Yeah, I think what you then need is even more strength in the muscles so that you don't like press too much on that, because that can really hurt and can then get very very unflexible after a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Julie's watching. Hi, Julie. Are you getting ready for your big day? Shh, don't tell
I
anyone. Don't tell anyone. Shh, shh, shh. Good morning from Tokyo. Oh, Shoji Masuda. Ohayo gozaimasu. It must be very early over there.
awesome.
Oh my goodness. That's very, very early. Lip trill pointers, asks Michael Buckwalter. Lip trills,
Literal
lip
what?
trills.
Oh, lip trills. We compared lip trills in Göttingen in the RMI. Is that
We
RMI?
did.
In the,
Yeah, we
yeah.
did.
And it was very funny to see that some people do lip trills with their tongue. And I was like, there you
Yeah.
go.
How do we
And
do?
the tongue
Yeah.
goes up and up.
No, I do it. Yeah, the
You do
tongue does it a
chin.
little
You
bit.
do the chin. No,
I
you
do
do
the chin.
Yes, of course.
Do I do chin? I'm doing a little bit. I don't know. You have to look at the MRI videos because I really can't remember what we do.
I actually do chin
Yeah, you do chin. Okay.
because I don't trust my lips. Now?
Yes,
I
now, as
stop.
loud as you can. Practice. I can't. You're not moving at all. That's really mean.
Yeah, not moving a lot. And I have a lot of material around. So perfect.
Yeah.
But yes, and people try the weirdest thing. I think the most important thing is that the movement is very small. Whatever you move, don't move it a lot. So, and always trying to take the embouchure of the higher note so that you don't have to work your way
Yeah.
up, but always like on the high tension.
Always take the embouchure of the higher note. That's very, very good advice, especially in like the lower ones, like the G to the A in Mozart 3. Da, 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 yo, 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 yo. That's a hard one. That's a really hard. The lower
Yeah,
it goes,
and
the
if
harder
you
it is to trill. Yeah. I've got a really nice question. I like this question. It's from Margaret. What's something you would tell yourself if you could go back in time and talk to yourself when you were just starting your career? That's a great question. If you could go back right to the beginning, what would you tell yourself, what you know now?
oh, so many things.
I know, so many.
It's interesting. But I think the use of air we do, or I've learned about, that would be a thing that I would have been like to be, knowing before. Yeah, I think that's one of the main things, actually, I have to say. That would
I
have saved me a lot of energy.
absolutely agree. If I had known at the beginning or somebody had helped me understand, it's all about the air and not so much about the chops. If the air is right, then your chops will do most of the work for you. And you know, you don't have to worry about this and this and this. And I would like to tell myself that, my 14-year-old self. But your teacher did, Eric Pencil, he would always say, geben Sie Luft. Give air.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no. I was thinking about even earlier, so.
Yeah. Someone asked, Dan from Iowa again asked, how is Hermann Baumann doing these days? I don't know. I saw him a few years ago.
I haven't seen him for a while, but I think he's. Well,
Yeah.
sorry, no information, but I can ask.
Yeah.
Ask Christina,
Okay.
maybe.
Stefan, we said we'd do a short one today. I've loved all the quick questions. One more or two more. David is saying, greetings from Honduras. Hola, Honduras. What exercises help achieve the lip trills? Specific exercises, the usual ones, don't you think? Starting slow.
Yeah, this slow starting is a bit like, you don't have the time in a Mozart concerto to do da don ti da 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 e o e o e o e o e o e o e o e. But there's a couple of ones. Freud is, for example, doing this. So always put at 2. So start with she recommends low starting. I always recommend start from the higher notes so that you have the high embouchure, but also metronome and just on the point do. And then put the metronome a bit faster. things like this.
One thing I think we always forget, and I realized this playing the Mozart recently, we forget to practice lip trills loud enough and with a crescendo. You know, we all practice our lip trills, but actually in the concert, they always crescendo till forte. At least in Mozart, da 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 ya 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 da da. You know, and so that you have to remember to practice them in the dynamic you would play them, and not just the sort of at home etude dynamic. And I found practicing them loud also helped. If you can play lip trills too loud, they're easier to control at a normal dynamic. But that's just a little tip. Do we prefer to play on a double or a triple horn? Double. How often do you change your horn for a new one, Rob?
Me?
Yes.
Or Rob? Oh, Rob.
No, Rob.
Sorry.
I don't know, Rob. How often do you change your horn?
I've you know, when I came to the Berlin Phil, I played a 103, but that was gold brass, and that didn't really fit. So I called Alexander, and they said, "Oh, we don't have a lot, so we send you one, this one." But I bought another one, and then I bought a third one, and then I got this one back because it did actually.
Is that the one you're playing on now?
Yeah,
Okay.
27 years.
Wow.
Again, I got that back because I gave it to Andre. When Andre came to the academy, he didn't have a good horn, so I gave it, because I had a new one, I gave it to Andre to prepare for the audition. He did win the audition. He took the horn for a while. I think he dropped it and sent it to Alexander without telling me.
I remember him dropping it. He was like, "Oh no, I just dropped Stefan Dohr's horn."
Yeah, and then he fell on it. Something that was destroyed, whatever. I exchanged a couple of parts, and then I think Paolo also won the audition on it. So then I thought, okay, that's nice. I want to have it back. So I took it back. And since then, like, I think maybe 2 or 3 years, I play back on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, my new one, I've just changed from, I mean, shock horror. I was a complete advocate of uncut bell, and I actually still prefer it for low horn playing. For some reason, I find that the ring stops my absolute last second of air for the very low register, but it's still possible to play loud on the cut bell. But
your new one is.
My new one is a really good horn, and it's a cut bell. Yeah, it's a cut
It's
bell.
very supportive. I think me personally, I like it because it supports me better.
You told me that from the first day. Do you remember? And then we got the horn, and the next day was the 1st of May concert, and you were like, "It's so good, just play it on that." So I was like, "Okay, I'll play it." And in the concert, I was thinking, "Whoa, I don't know this horn at all."
Yeah, I know. Normally, you should take it a day or 3, 2, or 5, whatever.
Okay, how about this, Stefan? Heidi, who was the one that gave me my fake tattoo, which I've managed to finally scrub off, but I might put on a new one because they were very cool. Can you speak about how things change as we get older and how to compensate? What do you mean, Heidi? I'm not getting older. No, it's a good question.
No, it's not grey, it's mold.
I have no grey whatsoever, at least not for the next 3 weeks.
No. There's a lot of things like especially in breathing, because your bone structure gets like stiffer, so all the breathing mechanism gets stiffer. So you have to know, you have to really know it and use it, so that it doesn't get too. I think that's one of the biggest problems. Teeth, of course, visit your dentist regularly because there is things going, and yes, this changes a bit. But sometimes you have to adjust with Mouthpiece. Even sometimes, sometimes if the muscle structure gets a bit weaker, sometimes it's necessary to go on an easier going Mouthpiece. But with a bit of experience, you know how to compensate with air and sound and throat and things like this.
Yeah. I find also my tongue getting a little slower. I have to work on that. And I have to work on my middle range, where things are the most wobbly. Not the very low, the very high, but these middle nasty notes that sometimes don't find so great. I have to work more. I just have to work more.
But maybe the tongue is just the reason because you always have wine in the teacup.
I do not have wine in my teacup. I have fruit tea.
Yeah. Fruit, grapes, grape tea.
If there was wine in here, I'd think I was great. I don't have any problems.
Okay. I think
Guys,
we
you've been
have to,
amazing.
so like,
Yeah. Handsome Tim has to start his day. Fantastic question. Oh, last question, Stefan. What's the better choice after a concert? A glass of wine or a glass of beer? Beer then wine.
It really depends on the day.
And what you have to
But
play the next
sometimes
day.
a glass of alcohol-free beer is the best choice because you have the same really difficult piece the next day. So like,
We always have 3 in a row, so we have to sort of watch it until Saturday night.
yeah.
On Saturday night, party.
Yeah. Also, the concert is at 7, so we are usually finished at 9. That's really nice.
Yeah.
It is actually nice. It was quite a thing to get to have this change from we used to play every concert at 8, and then this suggestion came in like to do Saturdays on 7. But actually, I'm very happy about that.
I thought it was terrible at first because I kept forgetting and it like ruined the whole timing of the day. But it's great because you're finished at 9 and you can go out to dinner. But people didn't, the audience messed it up for years. They like would only show up in the interval because they thought it started at 8.
Yeah, especially if you're a subscriber and didn't have only the Saturdays, but sometimes Thursday, sometimes Friday, sometimes Saturday, then you're like, oh, they came for the second half and like very disappointed.
Digital concert hall always on a Saturday night, 7 p.m. Berlin time. So yeah,
and at the
Stefan.
moment for free, the digital concert hall, all the archive, you can watch everything.
And Saturday night, there's a special event on the Digital Concert Hall coming up. And Friday night, there's a special event here on the Horn Hangouts. We are partying for Julie Landsman, but don't say anything to her. It's a big secret. Is she watching? Is she still watching? Okay, well, we'll see. Anyway, that will be, I think, 9 p.m. Berlin time, if I can persuade Tim to get up that early. If not, we'll do it at 10 p.m. It's a party. I will let you all know. It will be on the website tomorrow. At 10 p.m. Berlin time, Gail Williams will be here, and I'm really excited. Stefan, you're welcome to pop in and ask her anything you wanted to know about breathing. She'll be here.
Let's see if I'm still alive at 10 tomorrow night.
Yeah. So we hope all of you can join us. Is Handsome Tim there? I think it's selfie time. I want to take a selfie with my flowers. Here we go. Oh,
I have nothing specially. I could just do that.
You could do that. Right, here we go. I am so proud of my flowers. The whole time it smelled of soup, and I realized that's because I had a spring onion on my music stand.
A little bit extra.
As long as it's not in your horn bell, that's fine.
No, not in my horn bell. All right, we ready? We ready for this? Okay, ready for our selfies, guys. Stefan, 1, 2, 3, Horn Hangout selfie. Yay! I can't wait to see where Africa the budgie is gonna oh god, this is heavy, gonna make my soup tomorrow.
I've heard this says something like a budgie smuggler. No, just kidding. Okay, good.
Let's not talk about budgie smugglers. That's a very
Australian thing, yeah.
Tim, you can explain that to us, but maybe not today.
Maybe later, yeah.
Not today. Maybe on the party.
Okay. Lovely to see you all. We'll see you tomorrow back here with Gail and Handsome Tim and Stefan if he's still awake. And Friday night party. Keep an eye on the website for the times. Tomorrow's 10 p.m. What do you think, Tim? Can we manage 9 p.m. concert?
Yeah, I think we can.
We can.
I'm feeling good about the mornings.
Last day, and then it's weekend. Okay, so party on Friday, 9 p.m. Berlin time, 3 p.m. New York, 12 noon, LA, Japan. I have no idea, but we'll look it up. Stefan, you're my hero. Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.